What's up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Queen Sugar, Season 3, Episode 8. All right, y'all. Today was a little bit of a mundane episode, but I really liked it. I'm in my new place, so I finally figured out how to work my hotspot with the Fire Stick in combination with the, I have Amazon Prime Video and I have Hulu as well. So I'm trying to work this thing without cable, y'all, because cable is expensive. But I'm in my spare bedroom. I don't know. What y'all think I should do with it? My hair. Oh, my hair's still wet. But what y'all think I should do with it? I have a piano right here. You can't see, but there's a piano right here in front of me. I have my mirror from my dresser over here that I don't use in my room. I have my stripper pole. I got a pole. Y'all remember the pole? The pole? Go back. Go look at them old videos. Find the pole. Okay, so I got the pole here. But do you think I should put like a roll-out bed or like a couch and make it like a nice little sitting area room? You know, kind of like an office or whatever, or do you think I should turn it into a bedroom? So let me know what you think about that in the comments. But let's go ahead and get started. He goes to visit Prosper, and today is moving day. So he has to get everything out of the place today. They have a notice on the door, and she notices that he hasn't really packed anything or whatever. So it's really sad, y'all. With Prosper's story, was really sad this episode. So basically she says, or he says to her, this house is the only thing that I have left. So you can tell that he's having a hard time letting it go. She tells him to go on to lunch with Vi, and she'll start packing the house for him. So he's reluctant at first, but then he decides to just go ahead and go with the flow. Ralph Angel and Nova come over to help Charlie pack, and they're just packing and going through some things, and they see that an old picture that is a picture of their father and Prosper. It's the same picture we saw a little earlier this season, and Charlie says for a second she almost thought that it was Ra. They have a lot of the same characteristics and mannerisms, and this seems to please Ra. Don't we always like to be compared to our parents in some way? Like a lot of y'all haven't seen my mom, but if you see my mother, you will see that I stole her face. Okay, so when people tell me, oh, you just like your mama, or you look just like your mama, like it's always like a little bit of a compliment to, you know, if you had a good parent, okay, to be like your parent. So you can tell that Rod takes a little bit of pride in, you know, looking like his father. He gets a phone call and he tells them that he has to go meet Darla because they have to work out the schedule for Blue. Oh, Lord. Darla tells him, listen, this is my advice. Stick to the terms, leave emotion out of it, you know, and worry about Blue, okay? So hopefully, Ralph Angel, will he take this advice? I don't know. We're going to find out. Evolutionary Crew and Micah are all together, and they're discussing what they're going to do about this plantation. They was looking at the pictures that Micah took, you know, when they were on the plantation. So they're going to do something with paint. I couldn't exactly hear what they were saying, but it's something with paint. They're going to put the names of the slaves all around the slave quarters and plant them in the ground or something like this. And so it was something about the way this was set up that made me think that they setting up Micah for the fall, or Micah is going to be the one that's going to get caught. Number one, he going to be the lookout. So you right there, you first on the line of defense, right? So if you mess up, everybody going to get caught. So, I mean, it could be something like that, or with just the way they kind of set everything up, like, I'm this person, I'm this person, I'm this person. I was like, I hope they, they don't mean you no harm, because now we got a problem, because you're going to get in trouble. I just have a feeling that Mike is going to get himself in trouble. And don't get me wrong, I understand that sometimes you got to break the law to do stuff, but is vandalism really going to do anything but get y'all spread all over Facebook and the internet and Twitter, and you gonna go to jail? You might ruin your college prospects, you might mess up your future. So I really want him to think about this before he jumped in, but of course he didn't. He just jumped in feet first. I'm in, so here we go. Nova and Charlie are back in the kitchen packing the things, and Charlie asks her, well, you know, why don't you tell me about this mystery man, you know, you got going on in your life? She talking about it's just her keyboard. Girl, I'm like, Nova, you don't feel guilty? You don't feel just a little bit guilty about what you're doing? Oh my God, horrible. Even when they was talking about the kind of guys that they liked, like they were totally different kind of guys. She talking about you always went for the pretty ones, or you always went for the smart ones. This is going to devastate Charlie when she finds out what's going on. This is really going to make a rift in their relationship, but I hope some kind of way they can work through it, because the last thing we need to see is two black women fighting over a man, child. This is not what I want to see, okay? She's at brunch with the homegirls, and she's giving them her pitch, you know, asking them how it sounds, and they telling her, yeah, it sounds good. You know, it sounds really good. At the same time, Prosper comes over, and they sit down and talk to each other about you know, where he living and how's he doing. And she's, you know, she's like, if you need help, you would tell me you need help, right? And he just sitting up there looking crazy, like he don't want to tell nobody that he need help. But while he talking, I'm like, Vi, you need help, bitch, and you don't want to tell nobody you need help. Okay, so maybe you need to be taking your own advice. You know, it's interesting to me how sometimes we can be there for everybody. We can be everything to everybody and nothing to ourselves, okay? I'm the first one, because if y'all don't know me like that as a friend, but I am the strong friend of the group. I am the one you come to when you want to hear the unfiltered truth. I am that bitch who will hurt your feelings, but not on purpose. It's because all your friends is gassing you, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. But a lot of times, because I have that personality, people will they just forget about me. So when I go through stuff, you know, a lot of times I go through stuff by myself, or only maybe one or two of my close personal friends really know what's happening in my life, because people don't invest in much of me as I invest in other people, you know, helping them with their problems. Baby, I got all the advice in the world. And then don't even get me started me on my own personal life, okay? Trying to get my own personal life together, but I can help you gather your personal life, honey, in a second, honey. I got all the advice, okay? All right, there go my light. There goes my light. Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Yes. Ralph Angel goes over to Darla's house, and you can tell that he walks in the house, he's a little like intimidated because her house is very nice. You know, I'm like, how the hell is she affording all this? We know her mom and them is paying for all of this, okay? And so he walks into Blue's room, and you can see that she's painted, and he's helped her decorate. And you know, you can tell it was like a little twinge of jealousy and emotion, like Charlie warned him to stray away from, because he sees that damn Barbie doll sitting on the side of the bed. So you know that Blue really likes this place because his Barbie doll is there, you know. So he felt away. Charlie and Prosper arrive at the house. Micah has the whole revolutionary crew there. They peace out. It seems like Charlie and them, you know, they know each other now. She cool. She don't have no problem with them being in the house. And, you know, they tell him to make himself home. Prosper kind of pauses, and I'm a little confused as to what he was pausing for. It could have been one or two things. In my mind, he's either mourning the loss of his old life, or maybe looking forward to the new, you know, maybe looking forward to what can happen. Just because you're an old person doesn't mean your life is over. So maybe I'm hoping for that, because that would be more positive. I'm hoping that this move out of this home that he's had for so many years is not going to break him. Like, it's not going to, you know, mess up his life, you know, and really take him down. You know, a setback like that for an older person can really start to affect him, especially when his daughter is, either he don't want to bother his daughter, she's not really around. His health can be affected, because we already know that he has some health issues. I forgot to say that earlier in the episode. They're finished packing, and she said, well, I'm going to wait for you till your daughter gets here to pick you up. And he says, I told her not to come. I don't want to bother her. I don't want to be in her home. I don't want to, you know, disturb her life. And Charlie is like, you need to come with me and stay in my house. And he was like, I'm not coming to your house. And she was like, I'm not leaving till you come with me. And I was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. You better take him home with you, because ain't nobody got time to be going to Prosper's funeral. We will not let it stand, okay? We will not. You know what they say about society? The true judge of the society of where you live is how you treat the poor, the hungry, the sick, and the elderly, honey. In America, don't even get me started. That's a whole nother video. Violet is in the meeting with Pie Man, and she's trying to pitch her idea to him, and she starts to have hot flashes, or, you know, problems due to her lupus. And she asks him, can they reschedule for the next day? And, you know, he can tell that something is wrong with her. He says, okay, that's fine. Can you get home? I don't want you to drive. You can't drive. And she tries to get up, and she can't get up. So she did stop and ask for help. I was surprised Vi didn't just say, no, it's okay, and go out, you know, and try to call somebody or whatever. She did stop, and he did bring her home, but I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to affect her pie business. Darla and Ralph Angel are there at the house trying to get a schedule together for Blue, and she starts to bring up the fact that she would like to keep Blue more often, and Ralph Angel says, I think he needs time to adjust, and she counters with, well, you know, we should take it slow. And she's like, how slow? I think we should see him 50-50. You know, I can have him one week and you can have him another week. And so this is when emotions start to come into play, because Ralph Angel, he feels like Blue needs time to adjust, and I do too. This is my reasoning. I do feel like Darla deserves to have 50-50% of her child time. I do feel like Darla walks on pins and needles around Rod when she needs to assert herself more. But I also feel like she's asserting herself in an incorrect way, the way that's going to cause them to be in the courthouse pretty soon. Because you can't leave your son for months, okay? You can't leave your son for years, excuse me. I'm sorry, you didn't even leave your son. They had to come rescue your son. Somebody rescued your son. This same family rescued your son from you. You took the time, like he said, while your parents is paying for all of this stuff, to get yourself and find yourself, okay? You finally found yourself and decided you wanted to be a mother, and so you come back into your child's life. Then you drop a bomb on the baby father, the one who's been taking care of this child this whole time you've been gone, if not him, his family. Tell him that this is not his child, and then what do? You leave again. When you come back, it ain't been that long since she's been back, y'all. It's been maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month since she's been back. And now, as soon as you get back, you demanding 50% of time. Now, as far as what Blue want, I feel like they should talk to Blue. But Blue is a child. We have to remember that. So if he gonna want new things, he gonna want nice things, he gonna want all of that shit. Of course he gonna want it. Why wouldn't he? Okay, he's going to want to live where it's new, where it's nice, where it's open. And not, because their kids don't know how to appreciate the people that's there with them all the time. I don't think that Darla is necessarily prepared to be a full-time mother. I think she's getting there, okay? But I don't think she's all the way there yet. And I just feel like, you know, I'm not saying she got to protect his ego, because she do need to assert herself, and Rod do be dragging his feet. And I feel like both of them wrong, to be honest with you. I feel like both of them are wrong, and they did exactly what Charlie told them not to do, which was get emotions involved into their situation, because he started throwing shots at her about her mama paying for all this stuff and her mama and daddy paying for all of this, and then she throw a shot back at him about his daddy being dead. Now, let me tell you something. Me and my daddy wasn't that close in life, but you ain't gonna talk about my daddy, okay? You ain't gonna talk about my daddy, but she had a point. She got him. I said, ooh. When she said, you know, did you buy this house, or did your daddy give it to you? I was like, well, she got you on that one, nigga, because your daddy did give you this house, okay? But he didn't give it to you, bitch. He died. You inherited it. My God, daughter, that was a low blow. That's gonna cause him to have more problems with you. Now, you know, her whole thing about I need to approve everybody who comes in front of Blue, I felt like that was out of jealousy, because he seen Trent. But the other side of me is like, well, if she was with a dude and the dude was with Blue, and, you know, Ralph Angel didn't know him from a can of paint, he would probably have a problem with that too. So in one way I can understand her, in another way I was like, you doing the most. But I do understand, and you the one who got people coming in and out of your house. Girl, don't act like that. You seen one person one time where they had people in and out of his house, okay? One time when he tried to help somebody, like he helped your stupid ass when you was coming in and out of his house, ho. He ain't have no people coming in and out of his house. Like, you're doing the motherfucking most, ho. And I don't need your approval for nobody to see my son. This my thing. If I like them and I think they are appropriate enough, now I do think he did meet Trent way too soon. Like, that's way too soon. Y'all had been on one date. So I agree with that to a certain extent, but bitch, I'm not about to run it by you to see if it's okay for you to meet. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that. No, ma'am. I was like, she tripping. But at this point, both of them wrong. Both of them operating out of emotion and jealousy, because when Darla get a man, Ralph Angel gonna be mad too. So they gonna end up in court. That's my prediction, is they gonna end up in court unless they find out some type of way to do this. I feel like Darla want too much too soon. Like he said, the weekends at first. Then you can add a couple more days, and then you can work your way to a week. The school is still going on, so you're gonna just be switching this boy back and forth during the school year. Why couldn't we wait till the summertime to do this? It's like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much, and I'm not happy with either one of them parents' skills at this. Ralph Angel go get his check after this, and you know he feeling mad about the whole situation, so him and Trent ain't have no type of interaction. You know, like when you go out with somebody and you think it's all good, y'all had a good time, y'all kids, and the next time you see them, they acting funny time with you. You like, what's going on? Like, we just had a good time, and that's how it was for Trent, but we all know that Ralph Angel be going. We're back at the house with Nova and Charlie. So Nova tells Charlie that she did a little digging, and she found, I don't know if it was Jacob Boudreaux or one of the other family members, I couldn't hear that name, but somebody in that family has a friend that they went to college with, that they roommate or something like that, and guess where he worked? At the EPA, child. So, because at first, in the episode, she was telling her the EPA, you know, the EPA claims seem legitimate. But after she did an investigation, found out he worked at the EPA, they probably just cooked this up so they can have an excuse to survey the land. Charlie is like, we cannot sit on this. She looking at Prosper, who was in the living room, you know, trying to read. And I think it dawns on her, you know, all the responsibility trying to help this community. So she tells Nova thank you, and she wants to wait to hear from the person from the EPA, but she don't want her to be implicated. I'm like, damn, girl, your sister looking out for you. She trying to make sure you ain't got nothing to do with this bitch and you about to fuck. You about to do it with her. This is my problem with Nova. Nova does shit and like she know it's a bad decision. I know that I'm making a bad decision and she chooses to make the decision anyway. Her and Remy are going to do it. And I promise you it's going to be at a time when, you know, they argue, something happened that's stressful and she needs a time to vent or, you know, whatever. And she can't. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she can't find nobody, so she going to find that dick. I'm telling y'all. Y'all could... I'm telling you, I'll bet you 50 cents. I bet you 50 cents. Goes into the field and she sages the whole field. I think that was a picture of her father, if I'm not mistaken. But she put that picture on the ground and she kind of does a little ceremony where she sages the field, gets rid of all these evil demons and spirits, honey, that's just trying to take over the land, baby. After she's done, she goes up into the house and Ralph Angel is sitting there depressed about the whole situation. And he starts telling her he gonna take on some extra shifts because Blue deserved to have nice things. And you know, they in the room because they're in Blue's room. And looking at how, you know, the house is run down, it's old. And she was like, Blue don't need all of that. You know, he love you, he's satisfied with you. And he's like, you know, he deserved this and I'm gonna work hard. And she like, you gonna run yourself in the ground trying to be like daddy. And then she starts telling him the story about when the father, you know, almost committed suicide. And, you know, he's like, no, you know, like black men don't kill themselves. Hello, newsflash, black men do kill themselves. Black men, if you watching this video and you got some issues, please don't go smoke it and drink it away. Please go to a doctor. Please talk to somebody at your church. Please talk to somebody, your mama, your auntie, your cousin, whoever you can talk to. Okay, we have to find healthy ways to channel out our issues because a lot of times, especially with black men, black people in general, we like to self-medicate with drugs and alcohol, and we trying to get away from that, people. We don't want that life for ourselves. That's just my PSA for the day. But she tells him about the suicide, and you kind of can see that this changes his attitude. She tells him to stay the course. And I just want to mention that they were drinking the national drink of African Americans. It's in the book of black people. Okay, if y'all don't know what that book is, you need to go on Amazon, go find that. Okay, it's called the Book of Black People. I just made it up. The Book of Black People says that if you are depressed, you must drink Hennessy. Okay, Hennessy will cure your ailments. I'm just saying, it's like Tussin. It worked for everything. Hennessy straight out the bottle. Just burning all your esophagus up. Just tearing all your shit up. They drinking Hennessy, trying to sort out the problem. She tell him, just stay the course. Just keep on moving. Just keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. You're going to be out. Charlie comes home late that night and Charlie comes downstairs late that night and she sees that Prosper has fallen asleep in his place. It's not really his home yet. You can tell that he's just not, you know, it's not really his home yet. So she says, okay, she wakes him up, she gets him ready for bed. I think she's starting to realize how much of a responsibility it is to take care of this older man. This man is sick and it's a lot of stuff that he's not telling us. Prosper, we need you to tell us what's going on, child. At the very end of the episode, this is the next morning, I'm assuming Ralph Angel goes out to the dock, he sits down, and you know, Trent is like, just like I would be like, oh, you good? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You good? You got that taken care of yesterday? And he was like, yeah, you know, because his disposition is sunny. He got a new lease on life. You know, after he done had that talk, you know, realizing you ain't got to be, you know, so strong. You run yourself to the grave. And she looking like at him like, you was acting funny yesterday. And so, just like men do, they don't say, I'm sorry how I was acting stupid. They just grab your hand and they just sat there and hold hands. She put her head on his shoulder. He went up there and got his woman. I like him and Trent together. I like Trent. I think she's a nice young lady. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all would like, I ain't gonna say, you know, it nice if he had a black girl, so, you know, all he do is screw the black girls, but he be relationships. But you know what? We ain't even gonna go there, okay? I like Trent. I think she's a nice young lady, and I think she got some level-headedness to her. And Rod needs somebody that got a good future path, okay? Okay, I think that's good. Overall, the episode, I feel like everybody was kind of remembering who they are, you know. Oh, it's just so good. Y'all, this TV show is so good. But I think my predictions are that Violet is going to end up starting her own. Oh, I forgot to say. I forgot about this one part. Violet goes home. After she gets home, the pie man bring her home. She sits there and tells him that she has lupus. Now, this is a big step for Vi. We know she don't like to speak of her weaknesses. So she tells him that she has lupus, and his whole attitude changed, y'all. He told her to just, now I don't know if I was just triggered or he was actually concerned, because he said, I just want you to get healthy. But first, he was talking about his investors was, you know, they're chomping at the bit. But now he's talking about they'll be okay, they'll be okay. So I don't know if he's actually concerned about her or he just like, girl, I ain't gonna invest in your shit because you might die tomorrow. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I did see that change. That switch flip All in all, it was a good episode. Here are my predictions. I think that Violet is going to end up losing that investment, the investment offer, and I think that her and Hollywood going to end up starting a business together. I think that's what's going to happen. That's why he has gotten his windfall. That's why she has been through all these setbacks, and she's still going to come out on top. That's what I think. I don't think that lupus is going to overtake her, but I do think it's going to give her some stumbling blocks. She's going to have to learn to submit, to taking the medicine, to eating right, to doing everything she's supposed to do that she can be healthy. Okay, so that's one thing I think is going to happen. I definitely think Michael is going to get arrested or expelled, suspended, something like that, because what these kids are about to do is vandalism. They're breaking the law. Yes, they're proving a point. You know, I don't necessarily disagree with their points, but vandalism is against the law. So I think this is going to affect him. Okay, I don't think he's necessarily fully 100% ready to do this, even though he said he was in. Okay, I think that Nova and Remy are going to get together, and it's going to be at a time when she's vulnerable, because like I said, Nova makes bad decisions, and what pissed me off about her is that she know they be bad decisions, but she still do the shit anyway. Okay, I love how the writers are just building and building and building us up to this point where it's going to be an explosion, y'all. It's going to be an explosion, so prepare your heart, mind, and spirit, because it's about to be a hot-ass mess. Okay, so that's that. And then I don't think Charlie's love life is gonna be too much of, you know, in and out this season. I think we put that to the side or whatever this season. What else is going on? What else do I think is gonna happen? And yeah, like I already said, I think that Ralph Angel and Darla will definitely be in court before the end of the season or towards the end of the season, unless something miraculous happens and they figure out some way to make this work. Maybe it'll be a conversation with Blue. Who knows? So I want to hear what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. My name is Who Is April Dawn. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram. I don't really tweet that much, y'all. So if you want to see what I'm doing, follow me on Instagram. I'm not really a big social media person, and I know I should be because I'm on YouTube. So I try to be a little bit more, but I'm really not. Okay, so holla at your girl. Y'all have a blessed week. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.